Stace here from Lappity Gardens, and I sold a few of you some dragon fruit, so that's exciting, and I'm going to show you exactly what to do when they grow up a bit. So from your cuttings that you've purchased from me, some of you might expect fruit in the next year, some of you between about 1.5 years to 2 years, but these guys have grown upwards of 10 centimeters a week, so that's how fast they do grow. Do expect that over winter they will slow down, but in that spring, summer, autumn, they're going to bolt, as long as you keep them sturdy. So the key to dragon fruits is you want to really secure them using grafting tape. So we use a plastic tape rather than cotton ties, so it doesn't sit against the flesh and rot them. So these are basically the structures that Julian has built. We've got two types. We use this type first off, and these are our oldest dragon fruits. They're probably maybe not even a year old, so that is how big they do get within that year. And these are just climbing rose frames that happen to be on the property, so we grabbed these, recycled these, and dragon fruit will climb and climb and climb until they can't climb no more, and they'll start to hang over that frame. When they hang over, that's when they'll produce the fruit. So they won't produce fruits unless they have a hanging limb. And with these, they can get very heavy, so you do want a very sturdy frame to be able to support your limbs when they come over. Now, in the case of multiple limbs, so if you want to come over to this fruit, or this plant, sorry, so this has a second limb, and this one actually had multiple limbs. It had about 6 limbs on it. But you only really need 1 limb per plant to put all of its energy into that limb and then into the fruit. It is a good idea, however, to keep a second limb, and that's basically for insurance. If this one falls over or gets damaged, or Julian actually knocked one today, but we had this second one as insurance. If this one does break, we can just easily cut that one off and start this one as our main shoot, no problem. So the structure here, we've got plastic black pots. These actually have the base cut off of them. So this is just to improve drainage. We did kind of toss up the idea of terracotta, but I don't necessarily like them too much as they drain. They just get rid of too much moisture. And like any plant, these are actually a tropical cactus. So they do need some water to stay hydrated and plump and healthy in the full sun. So we've stuck with the black pot, but no bottom, so they are free draining. Our mix in here is a mix of premium potting mix and just some of the dirt from our ground, which is quite sandy naturally. And then we have put a very thin layer of mulch on top. With this, we've got wine posts on this style. This is probably my favorite style. It's really sturdy and it's quite short. So with these ones, with the rose frames, they're obviously going to be very high, and these one, the fruits are probably going to be down here. And when you do set it up, make sure you have a solid like 1.5 meters around your plant, so you can, or from the middle of your plant, 1.5 meters, so you can easily access around it. So this is probably a good size to get in and around. Any closer, you'll be like kind of struggling to get in there. So what Julian's done is a wine post, and then just planks of wood, which he's got a grid if you want to come up and over. And then what we'll do is just let this limb keep climbing. It will eventually get so heavy it will start to lean, and then it will drop, and then it will start to produce a new limb that will fruit. Until then, we'll just keep it nice and sturdy with our grafting tape. Keep watering about once a week or once every 2 weeks, depending on the weather. So obviously when it's been really, really hot, we've had a heat wave, 40 degrees, you're going to be watering maybe even twice a week. In that 30 degrees, once a week, anything below that. And if you're going to have rain, consider that rain as one of your waterings. In winter, you might need to protect it a little bit if it gets too wet. And with the cuttings, if you have one that has root, you can put it in full sun. The ones that I have sold, you can definitely put it straight out into full sun. If you have a cutting without roots, you need to put that in the sun and make sure it develops its root and kind of baby it before you put it into full sun. But as always, if you have any questions, please flick it through. I'll try and answer as best as we can. And if you haven't subscribed, please do, as we're still new, and like our Facebook. Alright, see you next time guys, bye!